What's up, friends and foes? Welcome to Let's Get Nerdy. My name is Corey, and if you didn't already know, I am incredibly excited for the upcoming Superman movie coming out in July, directed by James Gunn. It's by far my most anticipated movie of the year. I'm really excited to see it. So much so that, although I've already filmed my trailer reaction for the first one, earlier this week, when they announced that they were going to do a 5-minute extended preview exclusive in movie theaters, I knew I had to be there. I really wanted to go see this thing on the IMAX screen. They even kind of went back on the exclusive thing. I don't even know if they ever actually said it was going to be exclusive to movie theaters. I think I may have interpreted that. But I decided that I wanted to see this thing on the IMAX screen, see what it's all about, and get just a little bit more taste of this movie that I'm just so ready for. However, as the monkey paw curls, the movie they were attaching this trailer to was a Minecraft movie, which, if you've seen the trailers, was a rough. The trailers alone were rough looking. This was not a movie people were very much looking forward to, myself included. I cannot say, honestly, before this preview, I would have told you I will never see the Minecraft movie. But it turns out a cheap marketing stunt to get people into the movie theater will work on me, damn it. And that it did. Despite my better judgment, I still bought tickets to a Minecraft movie exclusively to go see the Superman trailer, and then I decided, why not stick it out, watch the movie, and give my thoughts on a Minecraft movie as well. So, that's what I'm going to be doing here today. So first, let me go ahead and give you my thoughts on the Superman trailer. I'm so glad I saw this thing on IMAX. I'm so glad I held out, didn't watch it on my phone, didn't watch it on my TV, which, listen, I have a 4K TV. It would have looked great anyways, but seeing this thing on the IMAX took it to just kind of that next level of like, this movie just looks really good. Just from that 5-minute preview we saw, and they chose a perfect preview. I'll get into that moment, but like that 5-minute chunk I saw, everything just looked really good. The textures looked amazing. If you haven't seen it already, it opens up. It's the scene that they showed a little bit in the initial trailer of Krypto going to rescue Superman, and they showed more of that clip, and it is perfect. I freaking cracked up. I thought it was an awesome moment. I've watched it 2 or 3 times since then, just him running up, and he's like, Superman's calling for help, and very clearly in pain, in distress, and possibly dying. And Krypto is pouncing on him, pulling him around, trying to get him to play, which, if you have a dog, you'll know that this is the most accurate depiction of a dog on film I've probably ever seen, including Air Bud, if you can believe it. And I just love, this was my favorite part of the trailer, just because it I think gave a good glimpse as to what the personality of this movie is going to be, and if this is what the personality of the movie is going to be, I'm going to be a big fan of this personality. I love the more lighthearted stuff when it comes to DC. I love a lighthearted Superman, and this kind of plays into that. I'm sure it's not going to be all lighthearted, but still. And then you did get a good glimpse of the Fortress of Solitude, which looks great. It looks as good as a Fortress of Solitude can, It's the Fortress of Solitude. It's just a bunch of crystals and ice. This one's hidden, which I don't think previous iterations have been hidden, so I guess that's kind of cooler. I'll also say the suit. The more I see the suit in action, the more I see the suit on screen, and not like the behind the scene photos, the suit looks amazing. I love the blue and the red. The IMAX really helps them pop. Just all the colors in this is like the colors in this whole trailer are great. You also get a bit of the I forget what they're called, the robots that help them out in the Fortress of Solitude. One of them is voiced by Alan Tudyk, and then you get a glimpse of how it's like them taking them in and healing them with the sun. Which I noticed one thing with the marketing of this, they're really kind of but playing up the fact that this Superman is strong but not invulnerable. I think every bit of marketing has had him in some kind of distress or pain or or injured in some shape or form to, like, I think, try to push back on the narrative that Superman is invincible or indestructible or all this, like this, that this is a more vulnerable Superman is what I really think they're trying to get at here. And other than that, not a whole lot of new footage. Again, the suit's growing on me more and more. Honestly, at first, when I first saw the suit, I wasn't blown away. I personally am partial to, in terms of like on-screen suits, I'm actually partial all the way to the Christopher Reeves one. I still think that one, there's just this classic charm to it that to me, doesn't go away. That being said, the more I see this one, especially in this preview, as like they kind of have him like a more full-on look at it, like or a more head-on look at it. It's really growing on me. It's becoming probably one of my more favorite suits, if I'm being honest. And I just, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it'll remain so when we see it throughout a whole 2-hour movie. I don't think they've released a runtime. If they have, I'll probably put it somewhere over here or lie and say it to you. But other than that, kind of not a lot of whole new footage. Kind of the same footage we have seen of the kid raising the flag and whispering for Superman, which honestly, that's going to be such a cool moment. I think that's going to be such a great moment. We get a little bit more of the. I think it turns out we get a little bit more of the fight in the ball field, and we get the same shot of it was Metamorpho. I think in my initial trailer reaction, I thought it was Brainiac, but it turns out it was a Metamorpho. And so we get the same shot of there, and we get also Lex Luthor saying he's back. I think is the one new thing. So Lex Luthor has lines in this movie. Good for him. Really coming up from every other iteration of Superman where he had plenty of lines. But yeah, again, that's kind of my thoughts. It's a great trailer. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it, I don't know if I can say, well, it's suggest going to the movie theater just to watch it. Definitely check it out. It's already up on YouTube on like every, IGN, GameSpot type of YouTube channel. So definitely go check it out there. And it's a really good trailer. It's a lot of fun. If you're excited for the movie, it's going to get you even more excited. If you're not excited for the movie, I don't know if this is going to get you more excited. Maybe if you're just a huge fan of dogs and you were worried about how they were going to depict Krypto, which is fair. I think that's a fair skepticism. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's a great trailer. You get more of the music. You get more of the logo. I love the red and yellow of the logo kind of coming in, like the title treatment of it. Yeah, I'm just really excited for this movie. I don't know what else I can say. So from there, once the trailer ended, it was followed by a full movie known as a Minecraft movie. And I gotta be honest, my initial thought, like my first thought when I was leaving the movie theater, genuinely was that I didn't hate my time with this movie as much as I thought I would. Now, I will admit it, there was a moment in time between the Superman trailer and the movie starting that I considered leaving. It occurred to me that I could just get up and walk out and just make, a video about the trailer. But, and I'll even say this, the two other adults that were there without children left between the Superman trailer and a Minecraft movie. And that's when it occurred to me if I could do the same thing that they're doing right now. But I don't know if it's for better judgment or worse judgment or bad, I don't know how to put it. I decided to be the only adult in a Minecraft movie showing with no children, and I felt that way. It very much felt that way. It occurred to me several times throughout this movie when I heard every time I heard a child laugh, I was like, I'm very uncomfortable right now. But damn it, because I'm a nerd and it's the nerdy way to do things, I stuck it out and I went and watched a Minecraft movie. And like I said, I didn't hate my time with this movie as much as I thought I would. It's still a terrible movie. It's nowhere near a good movie. And honestly, I think lesser of myself for having as good a time as I did. just overall, I have less self-respect because I kind of had a good time with the Minecraft movie. I do want to preface this. I am not a Minecraft guy. This is not a, Minecraft. The last time I regularly played Minecraft would have probably been like 2010 when you could still play it on a browser. I played it on a public library computer and could never save my world unless I had a flash drive. But yeah, as it kind of permeated into pop culture and became this like huge phenomenon, it just never really grabbed me. So as far as like the lore and like references and stuff like that, I really didn't get any of that. Like obviously I know what a creeper is and an Enderman, and that's probably it. I watched Achievement Hunter back in the day play Minecraft, and that's probably the closest I got to playing myself, if I'm being honest. So that stuff probably went over my head. There's probably a lot of stuff that went over my head. Like in particular, one scene that I was like, this is probably a really cool reference if I knew what was happening, where it was like a pig with a crown on it, and somebody asked Jack Black of like, is that somebody important or something like that? And he goes, no, that's a king. Or that's a legend, and I was just like, I'm sure if someone's a Minecraft fan, this is awesome, but I have no idea what this means. That being said, so kind of getting back to what I liked about the movie, in the opening credits, so actually I will say what I didn't like, this movie opens up with like 15 minutes of exposition. First of all, Jack Black sets up all of the lore of the movie and Minecraft and all that in like 10 minutes. It takes forever. And honestly, I don't think you needed it. This very much felt like if you watch the movie and then you watch the opening exposition, it really looks like like an executive was like, hey, people aren't going to understand what's happening here. You need to explain the lore. So they just did 10 minutes of lore up front. And then you also then got 10 minutes of lore from Jason Momoa explaining his character's background, that he was like this gaming world champion back in 1989. And that he's still like the coolest guy ever, but then it turns out he's kind of a loser. I gotta be honest, this 15 minutes of exposition really was like, I kind of spaced out for most of it because I was like, it's all just narrated. You with two different narrators, and then you never really get a narrator again throughout the movie, so that was weird. The exposition was not a great start to the movie. I will say, in the opening credits, I did see, when I saw Jared Hess's name pop up, I was pleasantly surprised. So if you don't know, Jared Hess was the director, did Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, Gentlemen Broncos, which Napoleon Dynamite is probably in my top 5 of comedies ever. I think it's one of the funniest movies ever. I think it's a perfect movie. I fucking love Napoleon Dynamite. Nacho Libre, Gentlemen Broncos, they're okay. They have their merit. I don't love them as much. If they were all 3 my children, there would be a very clear favorite, and then 2 fighting over a pool stick. Break the pool stick in half, throw them both in a room, and one of you come out. Anyways, so that's why, like, the comedy in this movie, probably because Jared Hess had a hand in it, was funnier than I was expecting it to be, especially when the movie starts out and this is going to be light spoilers. I don't know how much I'm going to get into it here. I don't know how much you care for me to get into it here. The movie starts out with Jack Black getting imprisoned, or Steve from Minecraft. That's one of the more bizarre choices of just having Jack Black be Jack Black. He's playing Steve from Minecraft, who I guess is who you play as, pretty much, as I'm sure you're probably all aware. He's playing as Steve from Minecraft, and he's just a middle-aged man. Like that's kind of one of the more bizarre choices, and I think people have talked about that with like the toys coming out of like, he's just a middle-aged man in a blue shirt and blue pants. That's all he is, and he is Jack Black to 11. Like, he does not say a line regular. Like, he does not just say, hi, I'm Steve. He'll be like, I gotta go get my lit, and he will do like the Jack Black shit every fucking line. And it ranges from distracting to like, you just forget he's a real person. Because because like I love Jack Black, and I think Jack Black is a hell of a performer, but he's definitely, I think, trying to overkick his coverage with the material given in this movie. Just because like he does have funny lines. He and Jason Momoa have a lot of really funny back and forth as they're kind of trying to like, you know, peacock and see who's the more manly man, for better or worse. Yeah. So the movie starts out kind of getting back to where I was. The probably the best part of the movie for me was like the first 10 minutes when we're introduced to this like small town that Jason Momoa is living in, and that the two main kids are moving to. As you kind of get like Jennifer Coolidge as the vice principal. She is hilarious because she's just doing Jennifer Coolidge shit, and her ex-husband's like the science teacher or whatever, or the art teacher, and you kind of get a lot of really funny throwaway lines about their relationship. That's it. Like I really kind of a lot of really funny characters. You do get the lady, and I'm blanking on her name, and I'm sorry, but you get the lady from Peacemaker. She's okay in this. She's as good as she can be. I think everybody who is in this movie is as good as the material allows them to be. You know, Jason Momoa he's hamming it up. With Jason Momoa in it, I do want to say it really feels like the Monopoly Go commercials with him and Chris Pratt and I think Keke Palmer. It feels like those commercials, because especially like once you get into the Minecraft world, everything they're so just clearly like green screened into this like flat background, and it just feels like the Monopoly Go commercials, the movie. Like that's really what it feels like, especially with Jason Momoa being in it. Yeah, so the comedy, I keep saying it, the comedy's solid. I say that, but I don't remember a joke immediately. I think the one joke that is still occurring to me is one of the villagers from Minecraft gets out into the real world, and you know, Jennifer Coolidge hits him with her car and is like, "Oh crap, not again," you know, as if it happens regularly, which I thought was funny. And then, you know, again, Jason Momoa and Jack Black have a lot of really funny back and forth. Jason Momoa's character is probably consistently the most funny, because he's just playing this washed up, like, how do I say, like a washed up gaming world champion who's trying to make people still think he's as cool as he is, but like he's getting evicted from his business and stuff like that. And his, you know, he's broke and all, kind of very reminiscent. It reminded me, weirdly enough, of the character from Balls of Fury. I don't know how many people remember that movie. It's not a good movie either. I don't know which movie I would say is better between a Minecraft and a Balls of Fury movie, but that's not the question we're answering today. I'm trying to get my thoughts on a Minecraft movie. I'm trying not to spend too much of my life talking about a Minecraft movie, because I'm hoping this is the last time I ever have to talk about this movie. But you know, there's actually a really funny scene between Jermaine Clemens from Flight of the Conchords and What We Do in the Shadows, and Jason Momoa. That's really funny, of like with him bidding on a storage unit locker and stuff, like, you know, doing storage unit auctions and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's really funny. I will say, as far as the story and stuff like that goes, the story is very second thought, like, is very background. Like, you know, this movie, I will even say, so much so, like, the story is such a background thing that the movie even forgets that there is an emotional heart to this movie. I'm not even saying that there needs to be an emotional heart to the Minecraft movie. They literally introduce one, but forget it happens and have to bring it up later. There's like two of the main protagonists is a brother and sister moving in this town after their mom passed away, and they're having to figure out how to, I guess, proceed with all that. And the brother's just a little weirdo. He designs jetpacks really well for a 7th grader. I don't know what grade he's in, but he designs jetpacks and doesn't fit in with small town folk, because he designs jetpacks. He's not meant to be in a small potato town. And at one point she calls him a weirdo, and she thinks she's saying it behind his back, but he hears him and she walks off. And then they just don't talk about it for an hour until the very end of the movie, and they're just like, oh yeah, sorry I said that. It's okay. And they just move past it. They're just like, whatever, you know. Trying to think of what else happened. This movie is very, you know, the action is very okay. I was never blown away by it, but I was never bored by it. It's very much CGI jumping at the human characters and obliterating. That's what, actually, one compliment I do want to pay. Anytime it's just the Minecraft stuff and their humans are not on the screen, it's really, the special effects look really good. The textures, the villagers, like the environments, they all look really, really good. Like, genuinely, if they had made this an animated movie, it would probably be a much better movie than what it is, what we have right now. Because, like, whenever it's just the animated, like, there's, like, several scenes of the antagonists and, like, in the underworld and all that, and it looks great. Like, anytime they're interacting with the other, like, baddies and all that, it looks really, really good. But then every time there's a human on screen, it literally just looks like a human green screen into whatever's happening, and everything just starts to look flat. So that's where, like, if they had just made this movie animated, even make the real world human stuff animated, this movie probably would have been better. Or shoot, keep the stuff in the real world live action, bring them over to the Minecraft world, and make them like Minecraft people, right? Like, why not? Why not do a movie of that? It's probably something like people like Lord Miller would have done. I would, and you know what it is? My biggest disappointment with this movie is I kind of wish it was worse. As somebody, like, I love So Bad They're Good movies. Like, I love The Room. I love Troll 2. I really wanted this movie to be worse than it was, so I can either be angrier or make fun of it more. It's just either pretty funny or just kind of soulless. You know, it ranges from there, and there's just not a lot I feel like you can say about it. I feel like I'm even trying to talk about it more than there is to talk about it, if that at all makes any sense, which I don't think it does, but that's fine. Yeah, this movie, I would definitely not say go see it in the movie theaters. I would say, you know, the best way I would say to see it is if you still have cable TV and it's on there for free and you want to take a nap, do that. This movie, by the end of it, I was really sleepy, ready to take a nap. Like, I'll just to let you know, this is my second time recording this video. I recorded it yesterday, immediately after seeing it. I was so tired, I could not have the energy to talk about this movie. I wanted to take a nap during the movie. So this movie is a great nap movie. So watch it on your couch, lay down, after you had some lunch, take a 2-hour nap, and go, oh yeah, I slept through that. It was fine, you know. And then, yeah, again, I don't know what else to say about this movie. I feel like I'm not saying enough, but I don't know what else I can say about it other than just like, fucking Jack Black is, you know, this is not Jack Black in the Bowser movie. Well, okay, let me say this. I think it's Jack Black trying to do what he did with Bowser in the Mario movie, which I think the Mario movie is remarkably better. I think in Mario, and maybe it's because I'm a bigger fan of Mario, and I have more touchstones for Mario. But yeah, like, this is not, you know, there's not going to be a peaches out of this movie. They try to. There's 2 different songs that Jack Black sings, and it's very clearly like, this is supposed to be the meme. And I just don't think, I have no faith that that's going to happen. There's a lot of other probably better movies to go see. I guess if you have a kid and you want to go see a movie with them, Lilo and Stitch is out over the summer, and that one I'm actually excited for. Lilo and Stitch is my favorite Disney movie, fun fact about me, so probably just wait for that. I would say go ahead and skip this one if you don't want your child to have early onset brain rot. Luckily, the brain rot for me is already fully taken over, so a Minecraft movie is not going to do that much more damage than everything else is already done. So that's kind of my thoughts for now. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, I guess, let me know in the Comments down below. I don't know what else to say. That's the Minecraft movie. The Superman trailer, again, looks really fucking awesome. The Superman trailer, I feel like made this whole experience for me worth it. Yeah, that's about it. Until then, I've been Corey. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I gotta get back to nerding out.